Do you guys love to decorate and make crafts with planters? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you 15 ideas that you have to try. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can create some home decoration pieces using planters from Dollar Tree or any dollar store that you have close to you. These ideas are super easy to make and of course on a budget, and I hope that you like them. If you do, please a big thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, guys, and that you follow me on all my social media pages and my other channel just on my home. All of the links in the description box of this video and every single one. I hope that you are ready because I am. Let's DIY together. Dollar Tree has so many planters and baskets, and I found this hanging planter and I love the shape, and they have it in different colors. I decided to go with the green one, but then I changed my mind and I decided to paint it. So I'm going to be removing like the ribbon it has, and then I'm going to paint this with some spray paint in black color. And guys, if you are painting with spray paint, make sure that you are outside and that you protect yourself. This is the mask that I always use. I get it from Amazon. It's small and works perfect, so I'm going to leave you the link in the description box. Once I was done painting my basket, I'm gonna let it dry, and this is how it's going to look. Now, if you want, you can use the same ribbon or like the rope it comes with, or you can use this beautiful plant hanger that you can get at Dollar Tree. It comes in different colors, and I just love the contrast between the black and like this hazelnut color that my plant hanger has. So I decided to use that. I'm going to put these on my planter and I'm going to make a knot. If you want, you can add some hot glue too to make sure that it's not going anywhere. And then you can put real plants, you can put herbs, you can put flowers. I decided to go with some faux plants that I got from Dollar Tree and other ones that I already have to put inside and then hang my planter. This is how this project turned out. It was so easy, guys, so easy to make, and I think that the paint and the plant hanger makes a huge difference on this project, and this is how it turned out. For this project, you're going to need a plastic bowl or a plastic planter from Dollar Tree or any other store. Just make sure that you find something like this. You can also check at Dollar Tree at the patty section. They have so many options there too. So try to find something like this, and if you like the color that it has, it's okay, but I want to change mine for black spray paint, so I spray paint these outside and then I let it dry. I give it just one coat of paint and it was enough. It painted really good. And once I have that part ready, I'm going to be using a square piece of foam that I just have at home. You can get these at the floral section too from Dollar Tree. And I'm also going to be using some plastic bags to fulfill the entire bowl. Once I have that part ready, I'm gonna make sure that I'm going to cover all of that plastic bags. So I'm just using a construction paper it's supposed to be black, but it looks like purple color. So I'm going to cover the plastic bags with the construction paper, or you can also use maybe cardboard or something like that in a dark color. You can get these moss balls from Dollar Tree. They always bring these at the spring season, so keep an eye on that. But I was actually in one of my stores here in Puerto Rico and I found this huge piece of foam cover all with these foam moss balls, and I really like it. It was only $10 and this is huge. So I decided to get one of those, and I'm going to be removing just a couple of pieces that I know that I'm going to need for this project. What I'm going to do is just to cover the entire bowl with these moss balls. It's super easy. You can use hot glue and this is going to dry super fast, and just try to make sure that you are going to cover every single piece on these. You have to work on this like a puzzle, so make sure that every piece that you are going to stick on these works well and that looks good on your project. As you can see, I have some small pieces left without the moss balls, and to cover those I'm going to be using the same pieces of foam. I'm going to cut some small pieces and I'm going to use that to cover the spaces like between the moss balls that I have on my project. That way my project is going to look so much better because I'm covering everything, making sure that you cannot see the construction paper. Like I said, you have to make these as a puzzle, make sure that everything looks good. Once I was done, this is how my project turned out, and I think it looks beautiful. It has this high-end look and it's a piece that is going to work perfect now for spring and summer season. And you can find things like this at Kirkland's, Home Goods, but you can DIY this piece for a fraction of the price. For this project, I'm going to be using this giant planter from Dollar Tree. I think it's the biggest one that you can find at Dollar Tree, and I love the shape it has. Now I want to change the texture, so I'm going to be using some sparkling from Dollar Tree, or you can get this from Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm going to be using gloves to be able to spread the sparkling all over my planter. And when you are doing this, you can be so creative. You can try to create different patterns or texture with the sparkling. And I think that you can create a really nice technique by using gloves. This is going to protect your hand, but it's also going to create a nice texture on your planter. I did the same on the outside and on the inside of this planter, and then I'm going to let it dry. I really like this sparkling because it's pink first, and then once it is dry, it changes color to white, and that way I know that it's completely dry. And then I'm going to be changing the color. I'm going to be using some spray paint in matte black color. I'm going to spray paint this outside, and then I'm going to let it dry. Now you can leave your planter just like it is, black, or you can create an H look, which is what I'm going for. I'm going to be using some Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to be using a hazelnut color, some wax in antique color, and also plaster color, which is like a creamy white. And then if you want, you can mix the colors a little bit to have like a happy medium between all of them. And you can use a brush, or you can use a piece of napkin. I think that's what really helps creating this technique. It was so fun, so easy to make. I just play with the colors and just the way I want my planter to look using these three colors. Once you have that part ready, you just have to let it dry really well, and this is how your planter or your pot is going to look like. Now you can add some flowers or greenery. I decided to use this foliage from Dollar Tree. I got 4 of them and I put them all inside of my planter. I think I need more just to make it look a little bit fuller, but this is how my project turned out. Guys, this planter only cost me $1.25, and Look at the difference. It has this really beautiful high-end and age look that I love. I put my planter on my coffee table and it looks huge and beautiful and I love it. For this next project, you can use any round planter. I'm going to be using this one that I have and I think it's beautiful. Love the shape and everything about this planter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half. Yes, I'm going to be using a really good pair of scissors and I'm going to cut this planter on half. Now that I have that part ready, basically I'm going to end up with 2 half planters, but they need something on the back. So for that I'm going to be using a piece of cardboard that I just have at home, and what I'm going to do is to put the planter on top and then I'm going to trace the shape of my planter on my cardboard to be able to cut it in the perfect size and shape and everything, because I'm going to be sticking these on the back of my planter. Once I trace and cut my piece of cardboard, I'm going to be sticking these on my planter and I'm going to be using hot glue. That's going to be more than enough because I'm going to use these planters for indoors. Now that I stick the cardboard and my planter together, I'm going to be painting these. I like the color, but I want these a little bit more shiny. I don't know, something different. So for that, I'm going to be using this spray paint that I got from Walmart, and I'm going to spray paint my projects outside. Now that they are dry, this is how they look, and I really love the color. I think it's beautiful. But if you don't like it, you can paint it any color. Just keep that in mind. Something that matches with your home. Okay, now I'm going to be making a small hole on the back just to be able to hang these later. If you want, you can add maybe some tooth hangers on the back or a piece of twine or something like that. But this is very lightweight. So I'm just going to make a small hole on the cardboard to be able to hang these from a nail that I have in my walls. Now that I have that part ready, it's just time to add some greenery or flower. It depends what you like and what matches with your home. Like I said, I'm going to be adding some flowers and greenery from Dollar Tree that I think are perfect now for spring, and it's going to add a beautiful touch for my walls. Now that I'm done adding the greenery and the flowers, I'm going to hang these on my walls, and this is how this project turned out. Super easy on a budget. With just one planter, I was able to make 2 planters for my wall, and I think it looks beautiful. You can do this same project with any planter that you have at home. You're going to need a basket. You can use any basket that you have at home. I have this one. This is what I'm going to use. And then you're going to need a smaller one because you're going to be putting that one on top. But I really need these to look higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using like these just small planters that you can get at Dollar Tree. They are very, very, very cheap, but I'm going to be using that to create some height. What I'm going to do to reinforce everything, I'm going to add some stones inside of those small planters, and then I'm going to stick both together using hot glue. Once that part is ready, I'm going to stick this inside of the bigger planter, again using hot glue, and then I can stick the other small planter on top. I hope that makes sense and you can see what I'm doing, guys. Okay, once I have that part ready, it's time to add some paint because I want everything to look the same. I'm going to be using some spray paint in white color. I'm going to give it a really good coat of paint outside, then let it dry, and this is how my planters are going to look, and I really like. I love the white color and how it's looking for now. To make this super cool and functional, to put on your patio or your front porch, you can add the number of your house. That is going to add a beautiful touch too. You can use your Cricut or you can do it by hand using paint or markers. Now it's time to add your greenery or your real plants or flowers. I'm not good with real flowers or plants, so I'm going to be using everything fall. I'm going to add some greenery on the bigger planter, and then I'm going to add some flowers on the planter that it's on the top. I'm done with this project, a super easy DIY that anyone can do. Looks absolutely beautiful, and you can put this on your front porch, on your backyard, or your patio. To start by using a canvas. You can get this ones from Dollar Tree or Five Below, and you can remove the canvas fabric, and you are going to be using the frame. You can paint it any color that you want. I use some waxing antique color. Now for the background, you can use the same canvas fabric or you can use some cardboard. I use a black cardboard from a Dollar Tree, trace and then cut the cardboard the same size of my frame. Now to stick it, you can use hot glue or you can use staples. I use my stapler, and I really like this. I'm going to leave you the link of this in the description box of the video. Now to decorate my sign, I'm going to start by using the pots that you can get from Dollar Tree. I think they come 12 in a package, and they're so cute and rustic to make projects, so I'm going to use them, but I'm going to cut them in half because I want to stick them into my sign, and they can be a little bit big, so if you cut them in half, it's going to be perfect. I'm going to have a total of 5 of these half pots, and I'm going to start sticking them on my sign, and you can use hot glue to stick them, and you can always reinforce them by adding more hot glue later. Before adding the fall plants or greenery inside of the pots, I'm going to be working on the decal that I want to make. I found this really cool gardening sign, and I thought it was perfect. I'm going to stick these decal on the top of the sign that I have, and then I'm going to remove the transfer tape, being very careful because I'm sticking these on the top of a cardboard. Now it's time to add the greenery or the fall plants inside of the pots, and I decided to go with different options of greenery and fall plants that I have on each one of the pots, just to make it super fun. And I think that adds a really nice and unique touch to this project. You can maybe add some flowers too, and this is how this project turned out. It was super easy to make. I just used some Dollar Tree pots, greenery that I have at home, an old frame, and my Cricut Maker 3 to make my decal, and I really love how beautiful and modern this piece looks, and I'm so happy to add these to my spring decor. For this next project, I'm going to be using these 4-pack pots that you can get at Dollar Tree. They come in different colors and sizes, and I'm pretty sure they come with different designs on it too. For this project, I'm only going to be using 3 of these, and what I'm going to do is 2 of them, I'm going to stick them together. I'm going to be using hot glue, but for sure you can use maybe E6000 to secure your product because it's going to be so much stronger. Now I'm going to paint everything using black paint. So I spray paint these outside and then I let it dry. Once it's dry, this is how my project turned out. Beautiful. I really love the black color on these. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 2 pots that I stick together as a candle holder. You can use a real candle or you can use a battery operated candle like I did, and I'm going to be sticking that with a little bit of hot glue on the bottom part because this is battery operated. It's super easy just to turn on and off. I just have to twist the candle and it turns on and off. Now my favorite part, because it's spring, I think this is going to look beautiful if you add some greenery and maybe some flowers inside of the pots. It's going to work as some candle holders, but perfect now for spring because you can add some faux plants inside, or maybe real ones if you prefer. This is how my project turned out. Super easy. It cost me only $1.25 because I have the rest of the materials. Beautiful. You can make these in a set of 2 or 3 and it's perfect now for the spring season. For this project, I'm going to be using this planter that I have at home. You can use any one that you have that you can get at Dollar Tree. Then I'm also going to be using these glass vase that you can get at Dollar Tree. I love the shape. And my idea was to put that glass vase inside of my planter. But as you can see, it's super low, so I need to get it higher. For that, I'm going to be using this wooden cube that you can get also at Dollar Tree, or you can use anything that you have just to lift up that vase. I'm going to be sticking that cube with a little bit of hot glue, and then I'm going to add more hot glue to stick the glass vase. Once your product looks like this and you are happy with everything, I'm going to be using a candle. You can get a battery candle if you want, or you can get like a normal candle. You can get one from Dollar Tree. It's pretty long, so I'm going to cut that with a knife, and then I'm going to stick my candle inside of my glass vase. Just make sure that it's the same height as your vase. Once I have that part ready, I'm going to add stone moss that I have at home, but you can use moss or maybe paper or something like that. And then you can add flowers, greenery. I have this beautiful greenery at home that I really like, and I think it's perfect for this project. Perfect for spring, so I'm going to add that, and then just to cover the empty spaces and make it look super fulfilled, I'm going to be adding these white flowers, and I'm pretty sure I get these ones from Dollar Tree too. So I'm going to add a few stems of those and my project is ready. I'm going to turn the candle, and this is how my project turned out. It's super beautiful, easy, extremely easy to make on a budget, and I think it's perfect to add it to your dining table to add the perfect spring touch to your lunch or maybe dinner. For the next project, I'm going to be reusing this bucket. It's from Dollar Tree. It was green, but I painted for another project. Anyway, it doesn't matter what color it is. And I'm also going to be using these super jumbo craft sticks that you can get from Walmart. I'm going to be using these ones because my bucket is big, but you can make these in a smaller version and use the popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to be doing is use some hot glue and stick these around my bucket, leaving a small space between each of the sticks. Okay, once I was done with that, this is how my bucket is going to look for the moment. And what I want to do now is to stick more sticks. I'm going to be sticking in between the ones that I already put on the top. I hope that makes sense. But this is going to create more dimension on my bucket. And just make sure that you are adding the hot glue only on the bottom part of the popsicle sticks to try to like not make a big mess with the hot glue. Hope that makes sense. Okay, once I was done with that part, this is how my bucket is going to look for the moment, and you can leave it like that if you like this light natural wooden tone. I actually want to add a little bit more of like a rustic look, so for that I'm going to be using my wax in antique color, and with a brush I'm going to be adding very carefully a small amount of wax on my popsicle sticks, focusing on the sides, focusing on the top and the bottom sides. Okay, once I was done, this is how it's going to look. And next you can add a really cute detail using nautical rope. So I got nautical rope from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut a long piece, and then I'm going to basically make like hoops on each side of the rope, and then I'm going to be using some jute, and I'm going to stick that around to give it that nice look. And I'm going to be doing the same in both sides of the rope. And once I was done, this is how they look, and then I just decide to stick that on my basket. Now if you want, you can leave it like that, or you can add some flowers or greenery. I decided to use some weeds and also lamb's ear that I got from Walmart, and I think these two look so good together. It looks beautiful for the fall season, or like I said, you can change the flowers and the greenery and use it for any other season or holiday. Okay, my loves, to start this project, I'm going to be using this big planter that I got, and I love the design that it has. And this planter also comes with this flower pot tray on the bottom part. And what I'm going to do is to remove that because I'm going to be creating something different. I'm going to use the same tray. I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to stick that on the bottom part of my planter. This is going to work as a stand for my planter. It's going to completely change the look of my planter, and I think it's going to look beautiful. Now if you want, you can leave it all white, but I'm going to be painting this using some spray paint in a black color. I think it's going to look more elegant and modern with a high-end look. So that's what I did. I painted outside and then I let it dry. Once it's dry, this is how my project turned out, and I really like it. If you want, you can add maybe some texture to these, but I'm going to leave it just like that. And now I'm going to be using a piece of foam that I just have at home. I'm going to stick that with hot glue on the bottom part of my planter. And now you can add maybe some flowers, or you can add a plant or a tree, maybe like an olive tree. I have this small one at home that I'm going to be using for this project. I'm going to put that on my piece of foam, and then to cover everything, I'm going to be using Spanish moss from Dollar Tree. I think one bag is enough for this project, and once I was done, this is how it turned out, and I really like it. It's a simple and easy DIY that anyone can do using these flower pot trays that normally comes with the planters, and I think it's a cool idea that you have to try. I'm going to be using this hanging wire planter that you can get from Dollar Tree, and I have these for a long time and I never have an idea of what I can do with it, and now I have it, so I'm going to share that with you. I remove all of the chains from the hanging planter, and then I'm going to be using wire. You can use any wire that you have, maybe a stronger one than this one. This is from Dollar Tree. It's the only one that I have at home, so I'm going to be using this one. I'm just going to wrap it a little bit and make it a little bit more thick and strong, and I did a few of these pieces with the wire. Now it is time to add these to the hanging planter, and I'm going to be like wrapping and tying these on the top of the planter. Hope that makes sense and you can see what I'm doing. They're going to have like an arc shape on the top of the planter, and I'm going to be attaching 5 of these around the planter. Once I tie all of the pieces of wire, this is how it's going to look. Now is when the magic happens. I'm going to be using my nautical rope from Dollar Tree. This is super thick. You can use that if you want, or you can separate all of the 3 pieces of rope that are in this nautical rope, and I'm going to be gluing. I'm going to start on the bottom, and I'm going to start gluing and turning the rope around all of the wire because I want to cover this whole piece with rope. It's super easy, but it's going to take a little bit of time, so just relax, put some music, drink a cup of coffee and enjoy the process. To cover this whole piece, I only use one of the nautical ropes from Dollar Tree, so I think that's great. You can do that with any rope that you have at home, or this one from Dollar Tree. It's going to cost less money. Okay, now it's time to burn all of the rope, and this is going to make a huge difference in your project. It's going to give it a high-end look, make the rope look so much better, and it's going to give it like more textures. So I'm going to be doing that, and this is how it ended up looking. I'm going to be using this planter that I get from Dollar Tree. Now I like the green color, but I actually want to change it, so I'm going to be using this ivory biscuit spray paint color. I think that's the name, and I'm going to spray paint this outside and then let it dry. Once it is dry, this is how it's going to look, and I'm going to add that inside of the rope basket that I did, and then you can add any plant, any flower, any greenery that you have. I actually going to be using these ones that I get from Walmart, I think, and a few other ones that I have from IKEA. I think this is going to give it a really nice touch because these plants are hanging from the basket, and that is going to make this project look amazing. And this is how it ended up looking. It has a high-end look, and I just love it. I'm going to be leaving you the link of the other video when I did these plant stands, so make sure that you check that link. For this next project, I'm going to be using this beautiful planter that I got. I love the shape, the design, and I really like the color that this planter has for this project. So what I'm going to do is to leave it that color, but I want to add some height and a nice touch. I'm going to be using these wooden caps that you can get from Walmart, or you can check at Dollar Tree too. I need them all in black color, so I'm going to be painting all of them in black. Then I'm going to dry everything with my heat tool, and now that everything is completely dry, I'm going to be using some hot glue, and I'm going to stick those wooden caps on the bottom part of my planter. Okay, this is how my project looks. If you want, you can leave like that, and maybe you can add some greenery on top, and it's going to look beautiful for inside of your house. A nice planter for any part of your home. But if you want to do something a little bit different, keep watching, because I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to be using this circle plaque that I get from Walmart, but I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree brings something very similar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it black using Waverly chalk paint in black color, and then I'm going to dry everything with my heat tool. Now what I'm going to do is to add one of those wooden caps on top of this. I'm going to stick that with hot glue, and this is going to work as a lid for my planter, and you can store here so many things. You can maybe put some coffee cups or something like that and add these to your kitchen, or just simply use it as a storage piece that you can put any part of your home, and it's going to look perfect now for the spring season. Okay, let's get started with this project. I'm going to be using this big planter, and you can find a similar one at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use it to put it outdoors. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to use these two pieces of foam that I just have at home, and I'm going to glue them to my planter with hot glue. You can run to Dollar Tree and get solar lights. I get a bunch of them. For this project I'm going to be using only 3. What I'm going to do is to add like the pointy part that's supposed to go on the ground, and I'm going to put that on my solar lights, and that is what is going to help me to put all of my solar lights through the piece of foam that I just stick to my planter. And like I said, I'm going to use 3 solar lights for this project. Once I have that part ready, I need to cover everything. You can use any greenery that you have, maybe moss. I have a garland for a very long time and I wanted to use it, so I'm going to add that to cover all of the foam in my planter. And if you want to add that extra touch, not for spring, you can use some flowers, any color. I love neutral, so I'm gonna go with white. And you can spread out all of the stems from your flowers. And once I did that, I'm going to insert the flowers into the piece of foam. And because I spread them out, it looks beautiful and perfect on my planter. Now you can leave your project just like that, or if you want to add an extra touch, I'm going to be using a piece of ribbon and I'm going to stick that on the very top part of my solar lights. I want to add some texture to this project, and I think this ribbon is going to be a game changer. I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue on top, then add the ribbon and then cut it, and I'm going to do the same on the 3 solar lights. Once I have that part ready, this is how my project turns out, and I really like it. I think it's a beautiful project, easy, anyone can do it. You can use it as a centerpiece, but at night this is going to be perfect too, because the solar lights are going to do their job and it's going to look beautiful and super bright at night. Okay, next project. You are going to need 1 planter. Just make sure that it's a little bit tall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a piece of foam inside of my planter. Make sure that you add some hot glue if you want, just to make the project a little bit more stable. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these solar lights from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to add that on my piece of foam. Now, just to give it some weight on this project, I'm going to be using some rocks, or you can use stones or whatever you have at home, to bring some weight to your project. I'm going to add a few of those inside of my planter, and then it's time to add some greenery or flowers. I have this bouquet from Dollar Tree and it brings these beautiful flowers that I think that are perfect now for spring. I'm going to be adding those on my planter. You can cut the stems or the wire to be able to insert those on the piece of foam, and then if you want, you can add a little bit of greenery just for that extra green touch on your project. Once I was done, this is how my project turned out. I think it's a beautiful and perfect project to put outside, and you can do so many more of these to decorate your front porch or your backyard. For this next project, I'm going to be using this plastic rectangular planter that I got from Dollar Tree. First, I'm going to be removing the sticker it has, and then I'm going to be painting these with this warm caramel spray paint color, and then I'm going to let it dry. It comes in different colors. You can choose the color that you would like the most, but I got this spray paint a few weeks ago and I was excited to try it, so I paint this planter in that color. Next, I decided to give it a nice touch on the bottom part of this planter. I'm gonna go with some chalk paint in black color, and I'm going to paint the bottom part of the planter. If you want, you maybe can add a tape to make sure that the line is super straight, but that's up to you. And once I was done painting my planter, this is how it looks. Now I want this planter to have like 2 hangers, so I decided to use my soldering tool to make 2 small holes on each side of my planter. And guys, I have been using this soldering tool for a long time and I really like it. I'm going to leave you the link of this product in the description box of the video, just in case that you are interested. Now that I have the holes on my planter, I'm going to insert a small piece of rope and then make a knot to make sure that it's not going anywhere. You maybe can add some hot glue too. From there, I'm going to be using some wooden beads and I'm going to insert them through my rope, and those are going to be the handles. I thought that this can be a really cool and fun and different idea for this planter. And I did the same thing on both sides of the planter, and I'm going to leave you the link of the beads that I got in the description box of the video too. Now you can leave your planter just like this, or you can add maybe some height. I decided to do that with 4 wooden beads. I just stick them on the bottom part with some hot glue, but maybe you can use a stronger glue, and then you can leave them the natural wooden color like the handles, or you can paint it in a black color like the bottom part of the planter. Now that I have that part ready, I'm going to start adding some moss. You can get moss from Dollar Tree, and then you can use these for real plants. You maybe can add some herbs and put this on your kitchen, or you can use some faux ones, some flowers or greenery, and just add them into your planter. Once I was done, this is how this project turned out. It was so simple, easy to make. And guys, if you like all of the DIYs that I made in today's video, please make sure that you give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments which of them was one of your favorite ones, and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and that you hit the bell to get notified every single time that I'm going to be uploading new videos. Remember to follow me on all my social media pages. I'm going to leave you all of the links in the description box of this video. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support, and see you on my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.